I mean, generally you don't. It's half the truth. There's definitely a higher proportion of weird, scary fuckers than a normal retail shift. But after a couple months on the job, you learn all the archetypes. The dead tired norms on their way home, the herds of teenagers on a Gandhi binge, the meth heads who waste their entire month of food stamps on junk, the wine moms, the 24-hour gym rats, the alcoholics on bikes because of their DUI who planned $2 for malt liquor. It doesn't take long to see it all, and I've been here for years. Long enough to see what I call interesting. Even when the threshold of abnormal is off the chart, you still end up with stories of the inexplicable or unnerving. I'll start with the latter. One autumn night, a man and a boy of about 9 came in around 3 a.m. I yell a half-hearted greeting and barely glance towards them. Before back to my phone, the boy makes a slow, cautious walk towards the candy aisle, while the dad makes a beeline towards the beer coolers. I can tell by his body language he's somewhere on the scale between unfriendly and angry. Shoulders forward, brisk stompy steps. I sigh, anticipating an argument I've had many times. Last call was at 2, I can't sell you that. He glances back at me and moves wordlessly down the hall, selects a tea, and heads to the counter. The way he walks gives me the impression he's going to punch me. I ready myself and try to disarm him with a monotone, "How are you doing?" He hard stares at me for an uncomfortable few seconds and says,
"Pack of Marlboro Reds."
Relieved he didn't start whining or bragging about his beer, I turn my back to him and grab the cigarettes and jump with a start of yell of,
"Jack, hurry the fuck up, man!"
I turn back and look past him to see his son at the candy aisle. 1,000 yards there, not really trying to make a selection. The first real look I've had of him tells me that he or she's fighting wouldn't be his first of the day. I ring in the smokes and tea and say nothing, hoping it'll resolve itself. Dealing with the shit I see on the norm one night, I've learned not to meddle. To no avail this time. He tosses a grim $10 bill of his incomplete purchase, and not 20 seconds after the first time, yells,
"Jesus fucking Christ, come on, man!"
That's enough to stop my interest in customer service. Graveyard is an interesting dynamic. Obviously, we're supposed to have the smiley, welcoming personality all clerks are expected to, but also I'm here alone, and also need to give off an air of security. Cross certain lines and I stop being friendly. I say, "Hey, relax," in a low tone. He turns back with the same intensity in which he yelled, and answered,
"What was that?"
"He can take 2 fucking minutes to pick the candy bar he wants. You're invalidating any points you'd score for buying him one by being a dick."
"You can shut the fuck up too."
I tell him,
"We're done here."
grab his purchase out of his reach, and push the money back towards him. As I do notice the bill has blood on it, then I notice his knuckles on his right hand were bleeding. Old caked blood still oozing. Now I'm sure this could get physical. I'm a solid 3 inches and probably 40 pounds larger than him. But who knows what this crazy has in his pockets. Our brilliant company policy doesn't allow weapons, but I keep deterrence conveniently placed in reach. I position myself to grab my pry bar and tell him, "I bet your boy would like to leave now. He can keep the candy." He gives me the same long, unsettling stare and replies calmly,
"I'll be right back."
I didn't stick around to see what he had in mind. I ran and locked myself in the back office and dialed 911. I felt a little stupid describing a run-in with a guy who may just be an asshole, but I watched in the camera as he rummaged in the back seat. I described the car to the operator, and she asked, "Did he have a little boy with him?" Before I was even off the call with her, I began to hear sirens, a lot of them. It took a few days and a few conversations with the police before I had the whole story. The response had been to an Amber Alert. Jack, tragically, had lost visitation rights to see his son. at the boy's request. Not content with a simple kidnap, his ex-wife was found unrecognizably mutilated with a claw hammer. The wounds on his hand were splinters from her skull. This happened 6-hour drive from my store, and that was the first place they stopped. I tried not to dwell on what might have happened if Jack had picked the chocolate in a timely manner.